Identity in Christ. When you hear that, what do you think of? Your identity says, who am I when nobody notices? What if I fail? What if I still feel empty after getting what I wanted? These are all your own identity. In Christ, you are forgiven. You are adopted by God. You are not condemned. Your worth is not earned. You are made new. You belong somewhere, and you are loved before you perform. The world tells you to build your identity. You must create yourself, find yourself, become somebody. Your value comes from what you achieve. This all sounds empowering at first, but it puts insane pressure on people because your identity becomes something fragile that you constantly have to maintain. We often go for stuff like popularity, looks, sports grades, relationships, politics, money, aesthetics, talents, and social media followers, but that really doesn't change anything. Without God, identity becomes self-created, but humans were never designed to carry the weight of inventing their own worth. That's why people constantly feel unstable or anxious about who they are. Galatians 1:10. Am I now seeking the approval of man or of God? We often try to be a people pleaser, but are we really pleasing God? Matthew 16:26. What will it profit a man if he gains the whole world but forfeits his soul? We can gain as much of as we want as earth, but is that going to affect us in heaven? The modern world tells your identity is something you create. So people spend their lives building themselves out of achievements, approval, appearance, status, and attention. But what happens when those things fail? What happens when nobody notices you anymore? What happens when you fail? If your identity is built on temporary things, then your sense of self becomes too temporary too. Christianity offers something radically different. This is the turning point of the video. Up to now, the video has been filled with pressure, insecurity, performance, but trying to build yourself too. Now, Christianity comes in with identity as a gift, not of achievement. That contrast is huge. The main idea is basically that the world says become enough, but Christianity says Christ was enough for you. The world says build your identity. Christianity says receive your identity. That is the core point. Here's a couple points. Your value comes from God, not performance. You don't earn worth through popularity, success, looks, talent, or being good enough. Your worth comes from being created in God's image and redeemed by Christ. This means that your value is stable. Point number 2. Christians fail, but their identity remains. This is important because people think Christianity is good people trying harder, but the gospel is actually sinners being saved by grace. A Christian is not someone who never fails. A Christian is someone whose identity no longer depends on pretending they don't. 2 Corinthians 5:17. If anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. Matthew 11:28. Come to me and I will give you rest. We don't have to work on ourselves. We don't have to constantly improve. If we just come to Jesus, he will give us rest and we can have our new identity in Christ. Y'all have a blessed day.